Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brightops, and welcome to something new. We are playing Lobotomy Corporation. Now, what is Lobotomy Corporation? Well, if people are familiar with the SCP series on the internet, which is basically secure, contain, and protect, it's basically the idea is that there are anomalies in the world. Some are relatively benign, others more neutral, but most tend to be able to... most just generally kill people, or drive them insane. Now, the Lobotomy Corporation, our job, quite simply, is to take these anomalies and contain them so that we can build energy from them. Bad things tend to happen. I might just quickly turn this down just a little bit more, just for safety's sake. Admittedly, the last time I played this on my own was years ago, and from the looks of it, they've changed some of the core mechanics of that. So I did the tutorial, I have done the tutorial just to get an update on what's changed. So let's try the first day. Start a new game with the current observation level. Yes. Let us begin. We're not going to go too far, maybe a day or two, but we'll see. It feeds on the evil that surfaces between conversations between people. Hello, X. Welcome to Lobotomy Corporation. I am Angela, your advisor and secretary. Even though I am AI, feel free to talk to me. A pretty name for an AI, don't you think? I am created from one of the wings of the world. That means I am one of the best. Ah, I know what you are thinking. You're thinking that I look too human to be an AI, aren't you? But there is a big difference. I am bound here. I can't go anywhere I want like you do. I can open a door or prepare a cup of coffee for you, but I can't go outside to enjoy the sun or breeze. Well, as you can see, my hair color is that of the morning sky after the rain, my voice is that of the wisest person in the world, and my face is that of the person with the most beautiful smile. Haha, it was a joke. There is no such a person in real life. My appearance has been made to be attractive to as many people as possible. If you feel attracted to me, I am working as intended. Well, AIs are far more efficient than humans when multitasking. I am the best in most areas. I can do the work of several dozen people at once. I am sure that many people lost their job because of me. I feel sorry for them. Enough for the introduction. Do you have anything you want to know? Okay, we have a choice. We can either ask about the company or ask about Angela herself. Let's start with the company. Not bad for a question. Let me put it this way. The energy consumption rate is ever increasing as technologies advance. Conventional energy sources combined could not sustain the world anymore. In search of solutions, we stumbled upon mysterious beings dubbed as abnormalies, and figured out that we could harvest energy from these beings using a special method. We isolate them in a controlled environment and harvest energy from them. The company became one of the wings of the world for this discovery. Once you're assigned as a manager, you can access the information about anomalies from the encyclopedia. It is very important that you know and understand these beings to be successful as a manager. It's empty for now. It's your subordinate's job to fill it with data. And you have joined the company at an opportune moment. Lobotomy is looking for ways to improve its harvest process. Our systems are continually updated to support this. Speaking of which, there has been a new update just before you came. That means working conditions have been improved than those of your predecessors. Think of it as my welcome gift. I hope you'll do well. I was about to mention you. You don't understand the concept of patience, do you? Manager, I think you should meet other AIs. Lobotomy is a huge corporation and there are many AIs working in different departments. If I'm the cerebrum, they're the cerebelliums. Naturally, I am your most trusted AI. Shall we meet them now? Just brush footsteps from behind. Manager! Manager! My apologies, I am 1 minute late. Welcome to Lobotomy Corporation. Now we don't need your theatrics, Bulkith. Please be punctual. Go prepare for the meeting. Angela is not in a good mood today. Safrias are looking forward to meeting you. I think that's how you pronounce that. Well, maybe not all of them. Where are my manners? My name is Malketh. I am in charge of the control team. Lots of responsibilities, really. I will try my best to help you enhance the performance of this facility. I am sure that you're nervous now. It will take some time for you to get used to things around here. But don't worry, I will help out. I'll help you. I used to be a problem serapher, you know. I once sewed the buttons of a shirt in the wrong direction, or added salt instead of sugar to some food, but that was a long time ago, and now I am good. I will give you an easy task, as it's your first day here. Best of luck! I can't take it anymore! Are you the new manager? I want to get out of here, please. I know you can fire me. Please, I beg you. Why do you want to quit? Don't you like working in the control team? I am enjoying my work. I can't take it anymore. I will go insane. Nothing here is normal. I think you're the perfect person for the job. I don't want to be here. I don't want to die. Ahem. I am sorry for this nonsense. That employee is one of mine. Let me take care of this, please. Let's see, we can leave it to her, or we can intervene. You know what? Let's leave it to... Let's leave it to the AI to handle this. I will not disappoint you. Please do not be alarmed. These things happen often. Ah, it's your first time. Usually, Angela or I handle this kind of situation. It's just a hiccup. Nothing to worry about. No, please, no! Manager, don't forget that your primary goal is harvesting energy from the anomalies. It is the most important function of the company. Don't disappoint me. Detail. Complete anomaly work 3 times. Okay, so we are working with the control team. You're supposed to expand a team every day. Do you want to unlock the control team and continue? Yes. Yeah, not gonna lie, they've added a lot more story than the last time I've played this. Alright. Righty. We have... Currently we have 1 employee. In Everett, we can hire more, spending these LOB points. So let's hire another one. I'm not sure if we can actually get... Not sure if we can actually... Actually cancel that. Let's just hire... We'll hire 2 normal people. Because with LP points, you have the option of you can upgrade employees to be able to handle tasks better or have better stats. But we've got 3 basic ones. We have 1 anomaly, from the looks of it. Let's go. So here's the main screen. We've got our 3 people, and we have our anomaly. In this case... we do not have enough resources to actually uncover this thing too well. So let's select some basic work. Let's see, who do we send? Let's send in Everett. Yeah, it seems I'm unable to actually pick what names the employees get, so... yeah. So he's currently a bit paranoid because we have no real information on this guy. So he's gone in there. He's probably not. Everett, he is probably not happy about it, but we're slowly building stuff up. See any information there? Nope. See, we can't, just not enough energy to actually unlock information. So let's see, let's try Instinct. In this case, we'll send in Bong Bong. Oh god. I'm not gonna lie, just the names of some of these people is just amazing. Let's see, what do we get here? Okay, it seems that Instinct is not working too well. Okay, so we can unlock some information here. So, some basic information. Let's see, basic anomaly information. So, its name is One Sin and Hundreds of Good Deeds. Its attack type is white, so it attacks... I believe that's it attacks the psyche. Now let's just quickly look into what work is good for it. Okay, so it likes Insight and it likes Instinct. Okay, we can work with that. Everett, there are benefits to sending people into doing this sort of thing, since the more work they do, particular types of work boosts the employees' stats. So, by making them do instinctive work, this would allow an employee to have more HP at the end of the day. So all we really need to do for our research here was basically do this 3 times. Which, from the looks of it, yeah, we'll make our quota, so we've completed our day. So I think I could quit at any time, but we might just, because we'll be working with One Sin and Hundreds of Good Deeds for a while. Ooh, attachment works really well for it. Okay. And if we want to, we can continue to... if we want to, let's see, Bong Bong... Let's send... You know what, we'll send in Nicholas, since we haven't really done anything with Nicholas today. So the basic plan is we're going to send them in to try and get a bit more information. One of the things that happens is the more you interact with an anomaly, the higher this bar here goes, which causes it to have something of not exactly a meltdown, but the option of it starts a process that if you don't interact with the thing within 60 seconds, it basically upsets the thing. However, if you do interact with it, you gain a bonus for you gain a bonus for you gain a bonus for of actual energy you gain from it. So let's see. Okay, so we unlocked these two things. We're almost completely unlocked everything for it. But there is a reason we're doing this. Is because we're basically farming this so that we have equipment going forward. Let's see, managerial tips. One sin in hundreds of good deeds restores the employee's sanity points when the work result is good. Diva, who was on the receiving end, commented that it felt refreshing. Tip 2. After perfectly producing PE points, the energy point boxes, one sin in hundreds of good deeds restored the SP of all employees in the department. After perfectly producing. Okay, that's good to know. And since we're... we'll do with Bonbon simply because I kind of like Bonbon. Just the name. I see, it's because we keep spending points. I think it's because we keep spending points, we're not getting... the day's not all done. Also, we completed our mission, so... yeah, so we've managed to... successfully... we have managed to successfully done the research mission. Wonderful. Alright, let's just do this real quick, and escape information. It's a non-escaped object, so we don't have to worry about this one actually trying to break out of containment. Now, I would leave it here, but we do have there is one last thing I kind of want to do. See, just showing here. See these items here, when you unlock an anomaly to a certain degree, you can spend the PE boxes you make with this particular anomaly to manufacture special equipment, such as a better armor and a better weapon. Which is what we're going to do. Yeah, so we will manufacture... yeah, we'll manufacture a suit, which we'll equip with our employees next time. But yes, workday is finished. Let's see, everyone survived. We also gained 3... so because of that, we have gained 3... LOB points that we can use to upgrade people. We have the option of redoing the day, but we can go to the next day. Alright. She was so talkative before. In the end, loneliness was the only listener. But the curse continues, never removed, or people have been committing sins from a long time ago. Why do they commit such a thing, even when they know that it is bad? Let's go with you, because that's our next anomaly. Face the fear, build the future. It's the motto of the founder, whom we call A. Which part of the motto do you prefer? Face the fear. I prefer build the future myself. The future is inevitable, but undecided. One could just give in the future, or shape it with a purpose. Just to make it clear, this game was originally Korean, and it was translated to English, but some of the translation wasn't quite on point. Or shape it with a purpose. Lobotomy is an innovative company. The harvesting technologies we've discovered are such an... Excuse my lack of vocabulary. It is remarkable. These technologies could be the salvation of the mankind. We're changing the future. There was some confusion last time. I am in charge of the security of your office, but I forgot to pay attention to the meeting room. The employee who made a fuss yesterday resigned. Good job. You know what it means to resign here in the company, don't you? I take it as no. Then it's my fault. Let me explain. Apparently, some aspects of the company may shock you. We have a variety of roles here. Like a well-oiled machine, everyone has their role and must do their parts without error. Now, imagine one of the gear wears out faster than the others. It's obvious that the gear would grind down the other gear it is connected to, and so on. It would be wise to replace such a gear before it grinds the machine to a halt. That is what we say resign. Excellent, you did what I asked for. I knew I could count on you. Well, to tell you the truth, I was a little worried about you at first. Oh, how was my day? It was alright. Had an emergency protocol drill. No one was injured or died. Everybody did a good job. Not that the team is perfect, though. By the way, have you seen them? Some entities that are creepier than the anomalies? I sometimes sense them in the corridors when I am alone. The drills do no good when you see them. We know nothing about them. No matter how meticulous the plan is, it can't control the unknown. I don't know. I am not afraid of them. I feel something different. Something that... It's a strange feeling. Something nauseatic. Something alien. What can I say? Something wiggling inside me. Little by little. Just the mission. Semper Fi. Your job is not just keeping the abnormalities in control. You need to make them happy so they will produce as many PE boxes. Everything else is secondary. Detail. Complete work 4 times for the result of good or higher. Control team. Good. Let's expand the control team. We can't really do anything else just yet, but that's fine. Ah, yes, and we can do some research. If we want, we can do some research. If we just have to drag a proposal here, and we get the ability. Let's see, we have our 3 options are we can increase game speed, we can accelerate. Joint command enables you to give cross-dimensional work orders between departments, or summon selected employees to their departments, so provide beepers. Yeah, we'll do joint commands, just for the sake of it. We've got we've got one sin and hundreds of good deeds here, so yay. Now then, we have the option, rather than pick up a new employee, I'm thinking we might just reinforce. We're going to boost them. We're going to boost them a little bit. So in your case, fortitude. I think everyone can get some fortitude, just as a base level. It gives them a lot more HP, it keeps them alive, so that works. Alright, so we have Mr. Sin over there. We have a new one. Is that an old lady? Let's see, let's go with Nicholas. Nicholas over there, and we'll send Bong Bong over here. Let's see. We don't know that much about the old woman, so... yeah. So admittingly, yeah, it makes sense that one of our people would be a bit paranoid when dealing with... oh, bugger, I forgot to actually give people equipment. Or give them their suits, but that's fine. Okay, we have one successful work thing here, and... produce another suit from that. We'll also leave this kind of we'll leave that one alone for a moment, just to give... because I think Nicholas is going to need some... Nicholas might need some time in talking to Once in Good Deeds, because... well, to put it bluntly, we've... to put it bluntly, going into an unknown anomaly is stressful. Ah, yes, because we've done because we did the thing, we've hit the meltdown thing. So once this is done, this should produce a lot more energy than normal, hopefully. Ah, we should probably work on attachment as well. But we'll see. In due time. See, the old woman is definitely... it gives like little pieces of information about the actual anomaly, just... yeah. Because let's see... we need more good work, but... let's start with just the instinct works, shall we? So attachment is the way to go with the old woman. Okay. We can work with that. And we can manufacture a weapon from you. Wonderful. Let's see, who was it we sent into... start with you, and we'll do some attachment work with Nicholas as well. Because I'm fairly certain that basically the stat we gave them boosts max HP, but it also works for instinct work. So... okay, so we've completed our mission. Wonderful. And because we can, Everett, get in there. Ah, Fortitude works on max HP and Instinct works. Prudence does Sanity points. Temperance is work speed, and Justice is attack speed and movement speed. Okay, so we got some good thing. We don't have the basic information. You know what? That's fine. We can just work on managerial tips. After completing the work of an anomaly other than this one's counter decreased. Ah yes, because sometimes each anomaly has a sort of like a counter thing on top of them, and certain actions will decrease it. And when it decreases to a certain point, it gets, well, bad things tend to happen. Tip 2. When this counter reaches 0, black shapes were formed inside the containment room. Under the condition that the counter decreases, we decide to call it Solitude. When Solitude is piled up, Solitude stuck to the employee who entered the containment room. See what's happening over here. Yeah, and as you watch the things happen, you get like just little bits of information from the actual anomaly. Her stories are poisons. It infiltrates surrounding people and drags them into another world. Okay. See, the old lady doesn't look at her. Employee Bong Bong will look at her when she starts the story anyway. Well, she is technically... Before the everlasting story starts, Bong Bong successfully exits the chamber. Okay, so we got the thing. And first thing, we'll finish that off just so that we can have... Just so that we finish off that particular part of it. So let's see. Employee Robertus was exposed to a continuous white damage until the Solitude was chipped off. Until it disappeared, the employee could not do any work. We haven't seen this yet, but in time we might. Create another weapon because we can. So let's see. Oh yeah, something I forgot. Anomalies can have stories that are anomalies have stories that can be revealed. In this case, the more you unlock of them, the more you understand. Here's this one's. A silent anomaly that understands the conflict between good and evil. Its empty eye sockets stare at all those who encounter it. A giant skull that is attached to a cross with a crown of thorns. It floats about 2 meters above the ground. While its appearance is bizarre, incidents of violence against employees by it have rarely been recorded. It feeds on the evil that surfaces during conversations between people. The assigned employee must confess their sins to it. Its feeding mechanism is still unknown. Experiment log X2-321. The sins have been catalogued in 3 levels. Level 1, a small lie or action that either goes unnoticed or can be shared in jest. Level 2, sins that are more serious and only shared to the closest of friends. Level 3, sins so profound that they cannot be shared with anyone and are taken to the grave. Redracted has been assigned to confess Level 1 sins. Energy production has been increased by 12%. Redracted has been assigned to confess Level 2 sins. Energy production increased by 15%. Redracted has been assigned to confess Level 3 sins. 1 minute and 84 seconds after the employee was sent in, a bright flash of light was seen. The light was so bright that it was seen even outside the containment unit. Immediately following the light, there was a company-wide power outage. The phenomena lasted for 2 hours. Retracted lost 6 years of their memory. The experiment was cancelled following this incident. The level of mental corruption of all employees in the department was greatly decreased. Ethics decree that all footage of those who participated in the experiments were to be kept sealed, but the incident left us no choice but to review the footage in the containment unit. Retracted. This happened during Retracted at about 4 PM. By the way, will this really work? Anyways, there was a railway about 20 minutes from my house. Some of my good friends and I decided to have ourselves dressed as forest animals. One of us decided to dress as a deer. It was a crude costume, one that could hardly be called a costume, to be honest. It was just a pair of clumsily made antlers and a dark outfit with some deer-like spots on it. Anyways, I don't know how our deer friend wandered into the woods. We didn't even realize he was missing maybe for an hour. We looked for him and finally found him in some bushes. We called out his name, and I'm not sure if it was from relief of finding us or what, but he started sprinting towards us. And that's when we heard it, the gunshots. Bang, bang, bang. We didn't know where it came from. But when I came to my senses, I saw that his blood splattered all the way to my feet. After that, not one of us dressed up as an animal ever again. Observation log 4_435. Its eyes are empty. It is a skull after all, but I doubt it's blind. I feel its gaze on me, and it is listening to me, and confessing to it lightens my heart. Afterwards, we investigated incidents during the period in the employee's hometown to get a better picture. We learned that a boy named Justin was shot and killed in a deer costume by hunters during a deer hunting season. Unlike the employee's confession, Justin was repeatedly bullied by other kids, and witnesses said they heard the kids shout, "Run, Justin, run!" right before the gunshot. After the incident, the kids at the scene moved out of town, and deer hunting was banned in the area. Alright. Now let's back to the details. We might as well grab another suit, because we can. Basic information. The basic information, it's just called Old Lady. Actually, we also should probably send someone to work on it again while we do stuff. Let's see, we can't unlock the last thing just yet, but yes, we've got a weapon here. The ego weapon from this one is a gun that does white damage, which is psychological, I believe. Yeah, though our armored... Let's see, the different types of damage, if I recall correctly, are red damage is physical, white is psychological, black is both, and pale is... Pale does I think it does psychic damage depending on the percentage of health. But yeah, let's have a quick look at the story here. It takes the shape of an old and feeble elderly person. When anyone enters this chamber, the anomaly would talk to that person. It differs from time to time, but it always starts with "Child, do you want to hear an old story?" The story could be a lullaby, an unspecified poem, a common child story, or something entirely new. It knows every child story and does not stop telling stories until its listener leaves. Excerpt from interview log. Employee F5049. She may be the loneliest creature of all abnormalities. The creature is filled with loneliness. She is telling those tales to fill the void. A story needs a listener. When someone is in a room, she will try to fill that void. Of course, listening to her is very dangerous. She knows all the stories on Earth and even the ones that don't exist. Our mind wouldn't be able to cope with all that. She could fry our brain in a mere instant. Okay, so we finished that. Escape information. She is a non-escape item. She not a non-escape item. She also has a counter of 4. And no, that's all the story we're going to get from her. You know what? I'm kind of interested in getting that gun, so we're going to send some employees to do some work just because we can. But we'll get some equipment from her just for next time. Yeah, we've observed everything, so she's max observed. But yes, this little counter here. What the management thing was saying is that every time we interact with another anomaly that isn't her, this will go down. And when it hits 0, it creates something in the room called solitude, that if we send an employee in, will screw with them. But that is to the extent all we know. So let's see, what do we need for this? Well, the gun itself, loneliness, is 30 boxes, so... Yep, Everett, get in there. We might as well, because boxes don't carry over between days. But... sorry for taking so long on this one. Just feeling the need to at least properly prepare ourselves going forward. Because this is a roguelike that things can go wrong very, very quickly. Especially when certain things have a chain reaction. Okay, we've manufactured at least one gun. Hurrah! Let's see. Mission is clear, so everyone's survived. We're getting max points. Yay! Alright, we have the option of... life is only given to those who do not fear death. Somewhere in the distance you hear seagulls, and I am coming to you. You who will be reduced to ashes like me. Eeny, meeny, miny. Seagulls. I'd have no idea what this thing is. Hello, manager. It's your 3rd day working here. 3 is a mysterious number. Powerful beings in fable often grant others 3 wishes. Well, I am not a mage, nor or billionaire to grant you wishes, but I know what your predecessors wanted. All of them seek a sort of growth, leading the company to prosperity, achieving spiritual maturity. You name it, they all wanted to branch out to somewhere. How about you? You know what spiritual maturity is? I'm okay with that. Come to think of it, there was someone who gave me the same answer. As you know, nothing here is spiritual, so I asked the definition of spirit. Then the person said, well, I don't remember the details of the conversation. Even AIs can't store every data. Unnecessary data should be deleted for smooth operations. So, did their wish come true? Well, I guess what happened to others isn't important to you. I will support you to reach your goal. Alright, Melketh. You did your job perfectly again! I have a lot of work to do. My to-do list is always full, but I know I can do it. Just a little more push and I am slower than others. I always check the list or I miss something important. That's why I have this notebook on me at all the time. Well, it's almost worn out. It has always been with me since I began working here in the control team. I know Angela worries about me sometimes, but I am totally in control. I think I was born for this job, you know. It would be fine if I am not working for the control team as long as the job is similar. Melketh, please finish the report I asked by today. Sure thing, boss. I have it on my list. I will turn in the report by today. Well, I should go now. It was a pleasure talking to you. The AIs here, they are unstable. Except me. Melketh is the worst. Haven't you noticed? I can't complain as she is easy to control, though. Let's see, suppress berserking. As you may know, this facility isn't that stable. We were only able to contain anomalies in containment units because we momentarily released their suppressed power before the work again. However, suppression becomes unstable as time goes by, and eventually some anomalies go into a meltdown. So complete the meltdown containment unit job 8 times. That's fine. Progress to the control team. We might as well at least get to the day before we wrap things up for this episode. Let's see, control team research. Hang on, no. Game acceleration seems like a good idea, just for moving forward. So we have a new one to deal with, but first... Oh! See, this is what I mean. When an employee does the same work over and over again, they can level up. So they've leveled up Temperance on his own. I'm gonna give him a level of Prudence just for the sake of making sure there isn't gonna be any sanity problems. Wait, what? Let's see. Why do you have a bonus? Why do you have bonus and stuff? I'm not sure. But yes, everyone's got a point of temperance, and now everyone's going to be a bit more prudent. We have no detail on you. Let's see. Where is... Ah, here it is. We can actually... Basically, we have the option of... Now we can equip people with stuff. So... Everyone gets an upgraded suit. So... Let's see, this suit does... It's vulnerable to... It offers some resistance to physical, psychological, and red, white, and black damage, but a bit vulnerable to pale. But we haven't run into anyone that does pale damage yet, so it's fine. As for weaponry, let's go... Oh! Ah, it seems that at least 2 of our employees have been given a gift, the gift of loneliness. So, an ego gift, which allows success rate up and work speed up. So in that case, we're going to we'll give Nicholas Loneliness the Gun. As for the others, they can get Penitence, which does white damage, so yay. Alright, let's just go into start. And we're gonna call it there. Because I'm not entirely sure how to pause. Ah, there it is, it's just the start button. The space button. Wonderful. But at any rate, my name is Bright Ops, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. I hope to hear back from people to see if they want me to continue this series. But until then, just take care.